Because I was supposed to be looked at by a baseball team and they didn't pick me, so I taught them a lesson. I signed up for the military. The Mormons won't let you play ball on Sunday in Salt Lake City, so they canceled the game. So I taught them a lesson. I signed up for the military. I did one. One was the same as the last. Although one time we had a hole in the middle of our plane, and two men were, the two waist cutters, one was sitting on it. One's name was Kozlowski and one's name was Zimmerman. And they were both saying the Our Father. And I didn't think much about it until we got back to the base, and I said to him, I understand Kozlowski saying the Our Father, but I couldn't understand you saying it because he was Jewish. He says, it sounded pretty good at the time. That's all he said. In other words, we were all scared. One time we didn't do something unkind, but we did. We had a little dog. He was a squadron pet. Well, the guys figured he should have a rank like the rest of us. So they took him up in the airplane. They had what they call the riggers. They made a special parachute for him. When we dropped him out of the parachute, of course, when the colonel found out about it, he raised plain English to raise hell with all of us. It was an unkind thing we did. But we kept Sergeant Stripes, he belonged to the squadron. Probably when I went to the dance and met my wife. That little brown-haired girl was sitting there. I asked her to dance. I was invited to a British wedding, and that's where I met her. I guess it was catchy. So, met her, and we got married after the war. We had 65 good years together. And I lost her a couple of years ago. And I was very lucky. I had the best doggone wife a guy could ever have. I'll tell you a real quick story about it. We had a fellow that he was in our place. He used to go. He had a girlfriend, and he'd sneak in the back door late at night so we get checked out, you know. So the guys thought they'd play a trick on him. So they get a swan. And how they got him, I could never tell you. They put the swan and got the covers over the swan. And when he come in late, he pulled the covers back in that big swan with those big wings. Scared the dickens out of him. He walked up and down the barrack and he says, whoever the dead's got to fight me. Well, nobody's going to open their mouth because he was the toughest guy in the barrack. These guys were cleaning up around our base, Italian prisoners of war. And they were marching by and I made a mistake. I said to him, Come sta paesano? And he thought I spoke Italian, which I didn't. It was the only thing I knew how to say was, how do you do, you know? So he said to me, you got cigarettes, Yank? I didn't know what was going to be to put a boot of Italy, so I gave him a packet of Chesterfields and he gave me the cigarette lighter. I've had it all those years. One time, at the ball bearing plant in Schweinfurt, Germany, and we lost 100 planes. That's 1,000 men. And when what they call the grave registration comes and picks up the footlockers. It was a sad morning to see them come and picking those footlockers up because that was a friend of yours. And then one man left us. He had his father's watch, and he left a note in the bag. If I live past that, when I take his watch to his spot. But as I say, we had some good times, we had a lot of fun, besides bad times. And you, I have to say, guys really look, you could have a problem with a guy, but when it comes down to the nitty-gritty, he was your friend. We all looked after each other, which was good. That's probably why we won the war. Because guys did look after each other. You were all brothers.